All right. I want to address the question you had. Doing 2 sessions a day? No, I don't recommend that at all. No, 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 no. And also, let me double check. I should have had this open right away, but I didn't. There we go. So you've been hitting at least 70 to 80 minutes of practice. So that's too much time. Too much time already. Those time limits are there for a very, very specific reason, and well, a few actually. One of those is to make sure that you're not putting yourself or getting up to a speed that maybe you shouldn't be at. Like 15 to 20 minutes, you can definitely max out a speed with the amount of bars here, just fine for you. Like you definitely did that with the strumming stuff. But, the most important thing here is control. And you can definitely burn yourself out by practicing the same thing too much. So, yeah, that's why like 15 to 20 minutes on these things is fine. Plenty. It's much better to be very precise with the practice and then move on to something else. So just practicing whatever else you want would be a better idea. But like doing 2 sessions of the same thing, like this, big time diminished returns. And so yeah, just sticking with the time limits there is fine. Not typically, I have people just stay between 10 and 15 minutes, just 10 and 15 for stuff like this. I think for you, because you mentioned how much time that you have for this, I was like, well, let's just go for that, because you definitely can do that. It's not a bad thing to go up to an hour for that. Like 45 minutes to 60 minutes is a really solid amount of, working to push yourself. So I will vary the time limit stuff, depending on the person. So, yeah, that I don't recommend doing two times a day for the same stuff. Rarely ever. Like anytime like somebody like tries to do that, I'll ask them like, well, did you actually see a significant increase on the second session of the day? And it's like always no. Like nobody ever sees a significant increase. It's like, yeah, just leave it be. Try again the next day. So a lot of my, we'll say, instruction stuff that I do with these or ideas I have for getting faster and better or whatnot is very much based on bodybuilding principles and weight training and stuff that I learned that way. And it's like, you go to the gym to break down the muscle, and then you build muscle when you're resting. You do it outside the gym, right? So your brain definitely needs time to put all this stuff together, and it needs breaks too. So if you just constantly just go at it and at it and at it and at it and at it, you'll run into problems eventually. So just really precise practice sessions is the way to go. For like the future videos, let's try and make sure that the angle that you're recording at is not like this anymore, because you're basically, I can't really see what the thumb looks like on these recent ones. It did creep in a little bit, and I can see that you're still holding the pick in a different way. So, I talked about holding the pick parallel to the string. So that's a big part of why you keep having the pinching thing happen. You have to slow way down right now. You're in a phase where you have to break years and years and years of a habit that is currently causing issues. So you have to stop at each take and really look at your hand and see, are you starting with your hand parallel to this, or are you doing it like this still? Because right now you're still doing it like this. You got your pick angled big time, which is causing you to do that pinchy stuff, like you said, and making your thumb try and reach for the string. You gotta move it. Reposition your arm, your wrist, whatever you need to. That pick should be parallel to the string. I want that parallel to the string before you start. Because right now you're still doing this to where your arm and your hand is twisted like that. So now the pick's at an angle and your thumb's still bent a lot of the times. And then once you get up to a certain speed, you start doing the thumb thing. So at this point, you also have to make yourself have more awareness of when that kicks in. You got to watch the right hand. Just watch it like a hawk. Watch that hand. As soon as you see it do something it's not supposed to do, such as go away from picking parallel to the string, and then you start doing this angled stuff, you got to stop. You got to stop immediately, right in your tracks. Like, oh, it did the thing. And then put your arm back where it is. So maybe move your elbow down more, bend it a little bit more if you need to. Whatever you have to do to get that pick parallel to the string, that's what you need to do. You got to get away from this angled stuff. That angle thing is getting you. That's what's tripping you up. Because, and then like when you're moving this way, it's like you just move your wrist, it seems like, to get to the string. Now you have to move your entire arm to keep the pick parallel. The pick should look the same here as it is here. So if you're starting off like this, and then you start doing this, see what happens? Like you have to move your arm. If you keep your hand kind of sitting in one spot, and then you just use your wrist to do it, now it's like your thumb's trying to reach the string. So at this point, the pick is very much angled. And then I go further down this way. Now it's more parallel. So you got to move your hand, your whole arm, every string change, because it needs to. Your pick's got to stay parallel to the string the whole time. Got to get away from that angled stuff. So as you're working it up, any of these, you got to make sure that your pick is doing exactly what we need it to do. Stay parallel to the string. A little bit of angle is not a big deal. I mean, being 100% parallel is not going to happen. But you got to keep it more parallel. You have to. Or that problem of doing the thumb movement the wrong way, the inaccuracy stuff, it's never going to go away if you continue to have the pick angled like that. So you got to really slow down. I know it sucks because you've been playing for a long time and you want to be able to just fix it and go. But that's a big issue right there. It's because you have been doing it one way for so long. It's going to make it a real big challenge to fix. So pick has got to be parallel. As soon as you reach a speed that you see that it's going wrong, I want you to stay there for a few minutes. Get the pick to look the way it needs to, parallel to the string. Now, obviously, when you go down like that, it's going to be a bit angled. But when you're going to start your downstroke, that's when it needs to be parallel. So when you begin your downstroke, pick is parallel. Just remember that. Before the downstroke begins, pick needs to be parallel. So make sure when you go to start like this one here, look at your hand, look at the pick. Is it parallel to the string, or are you doing this? So if it's angled at all, put it back. Get it parallel. That's the other thing. You'll be more accurate when it's like this versus this, because like you got all that pick that's like smacking the string. I used to use really thick picks, or only recently kind of stopped, and I found that this is way more accurate. Dan's Precision Pick, by the way, if you want to check that out. Dan's Precision Pick. This one's like the mini. It's like a little more than a millimeter thick. It's beveled. The point of this thing is fan-frickin-tastic. I've tried the XL one, the normal size one. Like this one's the XL. Actually, a student of mine sent that to me to try out because I was interested and I didn't want to buy an entire pack of it just to try one. But it's more accurate. I was quite surprised because I was using something called Bog Street for the longest time, like several years. But I was working something up. It was something like what the hell was it? It was something like that. And then I went back to the Bog Street one after I reached a really difficult speed, just to see how it felt. There was immediate difference. The Bog Street, even though it feels great and I still think it's a wonderful pick, it's not as accurate for me. So this one, man, holy shit. So, but yeah, I was using like a 4 millimeter thick pick, because my thought was, after trying another one, anyway, won't get into that. But my thought process was like, okay, with the pick being that thick, you got less distance from one string to the next, so therefore you should be able to go faster. Problem is, yeah, you can go from one string to the next a little bit faster, but the accuracy is not as good. It's not as good. Not as good. So that's why the whole angle thing, like, yeah, you might be able to go faster with the pick angled like that, for sure. A lot of people do that. But unfortunately, it's not working for what we're trying to do. It's holding you back. So for some people it can work. For you, it does seem to be holding you back. So that's why we got to change it. We got to change it, right? So anyway, I've been rambling on for 10 minutes here. Just really want to get that importance across. We got to change the pick angle. So yeah, when you see that the angle of the pick wants to go back to your normal way, your natural way, just stay at that speed, get it to look correct, and then do that for several minutes. Like 3 to 5 minutes of the same speed. So let's say you get up to 120 with any one of these. 120 is like, okay, my hand's trying to do the wrong thing. Stay at the 120 and get several good takes at that speed. And then that's it. That's it for the day. Don't go any faster. Allow the brain to put all the new pieces together. So we just push it to where it starts to break down, to where the form breaks down, and then we drill it to get it correct at that speed. And then the next day it should be better. Should have more control over it. It's like another thing with the weight trainings type stuff. Once the form starts to break down, like that's the end of the set. You don't keep adding weight just to add weight, because then the form gets worse and then you get injured and all kinds of nasty stuff. Probably not going to get injured doing it with guitar, but the lack of progress is a real thing. When the form breaks down, then the progress slows to a halt. So we got to make sure that the form is fixed. All right. I'm going to shut up and play now. So number one here, we're going to focus on descending stuff. So it seemed like you're like me, and you can ascend strings more easily than the descending stuff. So that's what we got going here. All right. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Index finger will play all the high E string notes. Try and show the pick a little better here. You see it's pretty parallel there. Hopefully it looks parallel. Anyway, let's go to the next one. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. $180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 2. So numbers 2 and 3 are, got the idea to help with number 3 from last time. So this one's basically just ascending for the most part. Is a little bit of descending because we, go from the A string back to the E, and here we go from the D back to the A, and so on. So basically you play the same thing twice as you're climbing up the old pentatonic there. And yeah, so we're using the pentatonic because it's a fairly simple shape to play. So this way you can concentrate more on what that picking hand's doing. So as you'll go higher and higher, remember, you got to keep moving your hand. And so let's say you do, actually you did a really good thing where you were just doing like just pieces of the material, like a bar at a time kind of thing, which is a great thing to do. Very, very good idea. So you do the same thing here. Like maybe like whenever you get up to the G or the G string here, you notice like, oh, my hand didn't move. Well, just get your hand in position again, and then just drill that. Just do like a minute straight of just that. And this way, you know, watch your hand while you do it. Like you literally watch your hand. So this way you tell your brain, tell your nervous system, like, this is how it's supposed to look, God damn it. Stop doing this shit and do that. So yeah, just whenever that happens, that's what you got to do. So again, we're just working on control. We're working on building a new habit to help you play better. So you just stick within the time limit stuff, like 15 to 20 minutes each thing. And unless you reach that speed where you notice like the picking is just always falling apart. So then you stay at that same speed where the picking starts to fall apart, the motion falls apart. Get it to where it looks correct, and then do like 5 minutes straight of just that one speed to get your hand used to holding the pick the new way. So anyway, if you have any questions what I'm going on and on about, please tell me. I'm trying to make it clear. I don't know if I am. I hope so. All right, 61 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So watch how my arm moves here as I keep going higher. So it moves a little bit there. It's really subtle. It's going to move a little bit higher because now I got to keep the pick the same positioning as I go to the next set of strings. Gonna go even higher now. And just a little bit higher. You see, quite different from like how it was here. So yeah, you gotta move your whole arm when you're changing those strings. It is a necessity. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. $241. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was terrible. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 3. Similar to number 2, but this is mainly descending. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. All right, so hopefully all that ranting and raving is going to be helpful for you. So yeah, I just got to be real disciplined. Take your time with it. And any questions, let me know. I'll see you again in your new videos.